as the 14th grows near, this movie has something to fear me. Welcome to our St Valentine's Day special of Midnight Mania. I am your host, John, and with me is my co-host, Alex.
Hello.
Hello there.
I don't know why I was waving, because no one can see me.
Yes, exactly. I was going to say, why are you waving? Anyway, so tonight we're covering something from your neck of the woods, the 1981 Canadian slasher, My Bloody Valentine, or as I've coined it, My Bloody Wasted Time. My lord. As I've only seen the cut British version of this, not the uncut and all its gory death scenes. So this is not joyful. I mean, so which version did you see?
Probably the original theatrical, because I know there's like several versions of this from what I could find on like Wikipedia. And it looks like the one that was shown in theaters didn't necessarily have all of the bits and pieces that you might find in like later releases that they did. Because I definitely wouldn't have called what I watched gory.
Okay, then. So you must have watched the cut version, which is joyful.
Probably.
Because you can tell the difference because the girl in the shower, her death scene is much more elaborate. She gets stabbed through the throat, and the water pours out of her mouth and her throat as the blood gushes out of her throat. Also, the old deer in the drying machine, washing machine, her corpse falls out and is spun around for about 10 spins, and then it just collapses, and he goes, and other such deaths. I'll bring up the deaths as I go through a podcast, because I found the uncut scenes on YouTube. So nice. I know what they're like, and all I can say is MPA had a bug up its ass, but I'll bring it up later on in the podcast about this thing, because this thing was cut to shreds, frankly. I mean, Jesus wept. So, I mean, this is a joke, this MPA stuff. I mean, even the BBFC is a complete joke. But is this one of the first times you've seen this thing then?
For me, this was I think this is the second or third time I've seen it. I watched it a couple of years ago as part of a horror movie challenge. Funnily enough, it was my very religious mother-in-law that recommended it. So I don't know if she knew what movie it was, but yeah, that's who recommended it to me. So yeah.
Interesting. Well then, I tried covering all the Valentine's Day horror I could get hands on from my original podcast. Here's John's Reviews, which is still out there, so sniff it out and listen to them. That was about what? God, I have no idea, 8 years ago or something like that when I first watched these things. So I've got to ask this question, because I ask this all the time when I cover Valentine's horrors. Are you a fan of St Valentine's Day itself?
Yes and no. I mean, I think Valentine's Day is obviously like a cash grab. I get that. But also I kind of get swept up in it. Like, I've been married for a while now. So it's kind of become an obligation more than anything else. And I kind of hate that it's like an obligatory, I have to get you a gift because otherwise I'm a bad husband. Yeah, there's not the meaning and the love is not there for Valentine's Day, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm the same actually. I just think it's just a corporate greed, charging for overpriced chocolates and cards and flowers and toys and whatever you might put down things. And it's like, what the hell? Why would I want to pay, I don't know, £5 for a card which is going to get tossed away the next day? I mean, it's not like it's a anniversary card or a birthday card or whatever it is card. It's a card you buy every bloody year because somebody decided, let's slap something on a bloody card. It's something. And what annoys me is I bought my partner, who I've been with for 18 years, so romance is dead, frankly, a Valentine's card the other day, and it took me about got an hour to find a same-sex Valentine's card. I'm going, it's 2025. Where the fuck is the same-sex Valentine's cards? I mean, it was a joke. So
yeah, it's getting better over here. When we got married, which was 9 years ago, we had people, like my family's back in the UK, so we had some of them come over, and they had brought cards from the rest of the family. Most of those cards were like, custom, like they made them themselves. I think because there was not a lot of choice back then. Obviously, it's not improved all that much by the sounds of it. But
no, it hasn't. No, I mean, it's a complete joke. It's like you can find like for my boyfriend, but inside it says, "Oh, your girl" or something. It's like, oh my lord. So no, I just can't be arsed digging for same-sex stuff. I mean, it's like, can we get on with the same-sex stuff? I mean, it's 2025. Hello. I mean, allegedly a quarter of the world's population is gay or queer or what you want to limit yourself as. They're not straight, so why is everything pandered towards the straight? I mean, I got off my soapbox now. So.
I don't know. I guess they just don't want to.
Yes, yeah, that's what annoys me. Oh, the pink pound is so strong. Is it? I mean, or what is it called over in America? The Dixie dollar. Is what I've heard it called.
I don't know what it's called in Canada. I don't know.
Interesting to find out, I suppose. Right, then, let's get into the nuts and bolts of this thing. We have the cast. We have Paul Kilman, Laurie Hollier, Neil Affleck, Keith Knight, Alf Humphreys, Cynthia Dale, Helena Oddy, and Don Franks. The plot. On Valentine's Day 1960, in a mine in Nova Scotia, it explodes, trapping 6 miners underground. Weeks later, when the rescuers finally get to them, there's only one survivor, Harry Warden, who killed an Ethan rather. The others to survive. He's then thrown into a mental ward, and 20 years later, he escapes. So stalks the town of Valentine's Bluff, where the younger miners of the town want to throw a St Valentine's party. The first one in 20 years. Yes, Sean, you put yourself, you twat. Anyway, at first, the town sheriff says yes until people start to drop. He cancels it. However, the miners continue the party in the mine, where Harry picks them off one by one. Actually, the miner picks them off one by one. Who can survive? Harry's pick. Is this movie a gas? Can I mine more puns? Let's find out here. The puns. Oh my god. I mean, the puns I've wrote for this thing is ridiculous, but a bit. Right, quick trivia. The director picked Sydney Mines in Nova Scotia because he liked the authentic, rustic look. However, upon hearing this, the townfolk spent $50,000 to do it up and paint it and freshen it up, which pissed off the crew as they showed up weeks later. And the director had to pour $75,000 of the budget to make it more dirty and rustic and authentic. Wow. So, yay. I mean, that must have been fun. And
that's
he finds
wild
this
to think that they spent all that money for nothing.
Yeah, although, could you imagine that? You find this rustic old, whatever mine it is, and he goes, oh my god, it's perfect, we'll have this thing. And then the townsfolk tidy it up and clean it up, paint it on it, and he's like, no, I want it rustic. So, but apparently this town has a sort of theme park based on Valentine's Bluff. So, interesting. Apparently some of the little cabins are still there. Yes, from the movie, yes.
Interesting.
Apparently some of the little cabins are still there, and apparently bits and pieces are still there, so that should be interesting. Anyway, the MPA demanded 10 minutes to be cut out, using John Lennon's death as the excuse, which is utterly ridiculous, frankly. Because what has a crazed fan with a gun got to do with a pickaxe killer? I mean, ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't remember John Lennon being killed with a pickaxe. They must have left that part out.
I mean, yeah, history must have forgotten that part. I mean, the crew went as deep as 900 feet underground filming this. That must have been fun. Therefore, they had to use special lighting rigs in case of methane explosions. Oh my god. Nope. I mean, ridiculous. This is one of the many quote-unquote holiday slashers of the 80s, including Friday the 13th, April Fool's Day, Christmas Evil, and New Year's Evil. So apparently Paramount jumped on the success of Friday the 13th Part 2 and spewed this thing out. So there we have it. Oh yeah. At the start of the movie where the miners are showering, everyone was naked on set, which is bizarre because it's all shot from the waist up. So what was the point of being naked on set?
The director's sick, twisted mind, I guess.
Yes, I suppose. And this is where the band got their name from. So, yay.
All right, there is a band called yeah.
My Bloody Valentine, yeah. And the budget of this thing was 2.3 million Canadian and pulled in 5.6 million US. So this was a minor success. I mean, what I don't get is this is the height of the 80s slashers where everything was getting multiple sequels. Why was this one of the few that didn't get a sequel? I mean, it sets up a sequel, so why wasn't this given a sequel?
That's a good question. I mean, from my perspective, it didn't seem as gory as some of the other movies of the time. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even really. Is Friday the 13th really gory? I can't remember.
No. None of the 13s are actually that gory. No.
I don't know.
Think the gore kicked in until the 90s.
No.
So
I don't know. It just didn't have the same. It wasn't as iconic. I don't know what makes it Friday the 13th iconic versus this movie, but it didn't. It didn't have that same edge to it.
That's very true. Yeah, that is very true. I mean, you've seen that. A lot of these early 80s slashers had no sequels. There was only a few that actually had luck to have a sequel. But I'm thinking about later on in the 80s where they wanted sequels for bloody anything. So why was this not given? Because apparently there was supposed to be one done in the early noughties, and it was kibosh because Paramount says, no, this will not work. And then in 2009, they brought out My Bloody Valentine 3D, and that made tons of money because of the 3D this of all. But so I don't know. So anyway, let's get into the actual movie itself. So I was up on the miner, who was played by Peter Cowper, I think that was his name. Taking an unnamed blonde into a mine for a bit of deep drilling, if you don't mind. Unfortunately, the miner gives her the shaft of his pickaxe right through her heart tattoo, right on her boob, and I'm going, A, who goes deep underground to have sex? And B, who finds gas masks sexy? She's sitting there stroking the tube, the pipe on his gas mask. I'm going, really, love?
It was almost uncomfortable. It felt very porn movie, like old school porn movie. The way she worshipped the pipe. Yeah, it was a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm going, okay then. As her death screams hit, up pops a poorly animated logo of the title with dripping blood coming from the two heart O's in bloody, and I got, ooh, scary. I mean, what was that title thing? What, $1.60 they'd spent on that? I mean, that was cheap. Jesus. And then up pops the date. I love a movie with a date. I love that one. It's Thursday the 12th of February, and I was stunned when I realised they got the days correct, because in 1981, St Valentine's Day was a Saturday, which means the next day was Friday the 13th.
Okay, so I did think about that, and I thought, I wonder if it is correct for the year. I think it's an interesting coincidence because I just assumed they did that for dramatic effects because Friday the 13th. But I don't even remember Friday the 13th being particularly important to the plot in any way. So that's really interesting.
No, it's not. It's just a little Easter egg, I'm guessing. So there we have that one. So next we see this minecart train thing, which drove me insane. Towards the end of this movie, I'm like, enough with this little minecart thing going about 2 miles an hour. I was like, Jesus, get out and run. And moving on. And I've got to ask here, what exactly are they mining? Is it coal? Is it tin? Is it silver? Don't actually state. They just say, let's get methane gas.
Right.
So
I would assume
what are they mining?
Coal. Hold on, let me see. Where is this? I just had it on my screen here. Sydney Mines in Cape Breton. Yeah, coal.
Okay, then.
Coal production.
Okay.
I don't know. There's something about the war here, but yeah, it's all coal. That was used alongside the steel plant which was also in Sydney, Nova Scotia, to produce more than 50% of Canada's steel during the First World War.
Interesting. Very interesting. So that's why, if I don't get what this coal mine is in the middle of nowhere, it's a little podunk town. You're thinking if it had this much money, it would be a more lavish town. But it's basically a couple of shacks. I'm like, really? There's one bar, one town hall, a handful of shops, and shacks as houses. I'm like, wow, this looks like a little, I don't know, barely kept together town sort of thing. So,
I guess probably because it's a small island. Like it looks like it's on Cape Breton or Breton. I can't remember how to pronounce that. So it's kind of a little island in Nova Scotia.
Okay, then.
Yeah. Although, interesting little factoid here. The area of Sydney Mines was originally called, okay, I'm going to try this, Klamuijuapske Wikatik, which is a Indigenous phrase, I guess, for place of the coal.
Okay,
so
then.
there you go.
Okay, that's what's a coal mine. Interesting. Okay, then. I mean, I wonder why they don't drop it, the actual mining coal, because I've read online people are suggesting it was a silver mine and a tin mine. I'm going, it looks more like coal because their faces are black. So I'm thinking, that's a coal. But people are saying, oh, no, that's just dirt. I'm like, is it? So,
yeah, I did think that, yeah.
Okay. So, on to the cast. We have TJ, played by Paul Kelman, Axel, played by Neil Affleck, Hollis, played by Keith Knight, and Howard, played by Alf Humphrey. And there's a bit of a frenemy vibe with TJ and Axel. I mean, also I got a lot of homoeroticness from they two. They were all offy and touchy-feely, but maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just...
Yeah. I thought very much when I mean, this is obviously later in the movie, but when the dance happened, TJ, Axel is the killer, right? So TJ,
yes.
he was wearing like a denim shirt that was open down to his belly button, and then he got that little neckerchief like tied up neatly like around his neck.
Yes.
I'm like,
yes.
Really?
Yes.
I guess people in the 80s just dressed a lot gayer than they do now.
I was going to look up about that because he's also wearing a sort of bandana on his wrist. It's a red bandana tied to his wrist. I'm going, And I was meant to look up the queer coding for the handkerchief code. I forgot all about that. So, Speaking of queer coding, next long before Starship Troopers, the guys get naked and shower together. And I've got to say here, I love how they have actual male bodies. They aren't all six-pack pretty boy hunks. We have every rainbow variety of man. We've got skinny guys, built guys, chunky guys, dad bods. We've got fat guys. We've got various other guys. It's no all perfect pretty boys. And I've got to say, I applaud the movie for that.
Yeah.
Because nowadays movies are all be perfect. And I'm going, Also, I love the fact how should I put it, husky guy, Hollis, gets the sort of pretty blonde. I'm like, oh my god, good for him, sort of things. You know, I mean, and she's not like the chunky girl. She's actually a normal sized girl, because usually in these movies, the fat guy or the chunky guy gets the fatter, chunkier woman, and it's like, you know. But in this one, he's the husky guy, and he gets a blonde. So it's like, to this movie again.
There's a wide range of. It's definitely not an underwear commercial. Like, well, I mean, most movies today are like that, right? I think definitely during that time period, we didn't necessarily see like super chunky men in movies like that. But I think the bodies were a lot more realistic. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also love the fact that the chunky guy survives to almost the very end. Usually, in these horror films, the fat guy gets killed first, but he survives to almost the very end of the movie. And again, I applaud this movie for that, because, as I say to you, usually they drop first. So, I mean, so it's dropped during the guys' locker room talk. That TJ's ex is now dating Axel, hence the whole frenemy vibe thing. Because TJ was dating Sarah when they were in high school, I'm guessing, and he left to go to the West, which I've got in my notes. Ask about that, so I'll ask about that later on. And Axel has now picked up Sarah, so there's a whole vibe there. Next, there's a mad rush to the pub. As the last one there is buying the whole mine a beer. Could you imagine how much that would cost? Oh my god. There's about, 100 guys there?
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably more expensive today.
Oh, yes. Oh, and I must ask, what the hell is Moosehead beer? It's everywhere in this movie. I'm like, what?
Yeah. I wonder if it's like whether they made it just for the movie or whether it's. Oh, no, it is a major brewery in Canada.
Oh my god.
I'm just trying to access their websites, but I have to put in my age. Month. There we go. Yeah, Moosehead Canadian Lager, established 1867.
Wow. Kidding.
The brewery is in. It's in Halifax, which is Nova Scotia.
Okay then. Yes. Interesting. Because, like I said, this beer was everywhere. I'm like, what in the So the guys speed past the town sign of Valentine's Bluff, little town with the big heart. I'm sorry, I cringed when I read that sign. I'm like, really? The little town with the big heart? Oh god, oh my lord. So in the town hall we meet the girls. Sarah, played by Laurie Hoyer, Patty, played by Cynthia Dale, Sylvia, played by Helena Yadi, pronounce her name, and Harriet, played by Terry Waterland. The bullseye pair up with their sweethearts, all but TG, who is left standing alone in the shadows. He's like, oh, my girlfriend's been stolen, sort of thing. I'm like, yeah, mate, you try to say to me, a pretty boy like you couldn't pick any other woman up in this town? Especially if your dad owns the mine. So, bollocks to that. So, yeah, but it's true. But I mean, his dad owns a mine. He's a not bad looking guy, and he doesn't have a girlfriend. I'm like, really? Stretching the truth there.
Red flag.
But like I says, outside, yes, well, yeah, maybe. Outside, we meet Sheriff Newby. What a bloody name! He's got played by Don Franks, and town gossip monger Mabel, played by Patricia Hamilton. So they're heading to the town hall, giddy like the town finally is having a Valentine's dance, the first in 20 years. I'm like, okay, you get out more love. I mean, she's like, oh my god, we've got a Valentine's dance, yay!
I do have a funny, well, not a funny, just a fact here. Patricia Hamilton, who played Mabel, is actually from Saskatchewan, which is where I live.
All right, okay then. Interesting. Oh, I got that wrong actually. It's the town mayor. What that's with Mabel, and the town mayor is Mayor Hanniger, played by Larry Reynolds. He owns a mine and is TJ's dad. He wants to keep the events of 20 years earlier hush hush at all costs because he thinks that it's going to bring down the population's vibe. Wouldn't the population know there was a guy trapped in a mine who went cannibalistic? I mean,
yeah, that's such a big event to happen within 20 years when all of these miners still must have been, they were still children, but they were there.
Yes.
It's a small town. I fail to see how anybody would not remember that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at one point they talk about, what about the tourists? I'm going, what tourists are going to go to a little in the middle of nowhere town just to in walks the pipe smoking sheriff, who is told TJ is happy being back in the town / in the mine. So it is not happy that he's back in the mine or in the town because he failed going to West Canada. I've got in here, what is with West Canada? It's dropped a bit multiple times in the movie. Oh, you failed in West Canada, so...
Well, Western Canada typically is going to be... I'm in Western Canada, although it kind of feels like central, like if you look at it on a map, but Western Canada would be the provinces of Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and British Columbia. I suspect they're talking about British Columbia, which is on the coast, but I don't know. What was he? I don't recall what he was doing in Western Canada even.
No, they don't actually say what he was doing. He just said he fell on his ass and failed miserably. But doing what? It's not actually mentioned at all. It's just dropped he failed and ran back to his daddy's mine. So
I mean, we have mining in northern Saskatchewan, so he could have been mining for uranium. That's possible.
Because when I first watched this, it's possible. When I first watched this, I thought he went to the west coast of America to do porn, because that guy has porn written all over. And but then they say Western Canada over and over again, so I finally picked up this viewing. It's Western Canada, so I don't know, maybe they do porn in West Canada also. I have no idea, especially in the 80s. So I've got it in here. Did Friday the 13th Part 3D writer watch this and take notes? It seems Howard is the prankster who loves to annoy people. And also we have Hollis as a juggler, as he throws stuff around the place, and he catches stuff. I'm going, did Friday the 13th writer watch this and take notes? Because that's exactly what happens with Friday the 13th Part 3D. So, also got down here, the fake headwood was used to serve Mabel. Looked cheap. What was that? Tomato ketchup?
Yeah.
Oh my god. The sheriff chased after the mayor. The TJ chased after the mayor. because no, wait a minute here, that makes no sense, John. The mayor and the sheriff leave rather, and they say they've got a town meeting at 7 p.m. And I'm going, it should be dark side then, not broad daylight. So somebody cocked up their their time. I mean, this is supposed to be February, and they're having a town meeting at 7 p.m. and it's bright. Maybe somebody should have
it will be dark then
thought
for sure.
about that. All of a sudden, there's a heart-shaped chocolate box, and one of the I don't know, teens or minors runs out and goes, "Hey, this is left for you," and it was left inside when you came in. So who left it here? Who knows? Sort of scenario. And there's a note attached that says, "From our heart comes a warning filled with bloody good cheer. Remember what happened when the 14th grows near." And inside is the heart of the blonde from the start. And note, that is a real sheep's heart. These are real animal hearts. So if you're vegetarian or vegan, you can't watch this movie. I mean, it's kind of gross. So yeah, so you can't watch this movie. Oh yes, apparently I watched a documentary on 80s slashers years ago, and apparently this was brought up because she couldn't keep the wild dogs off the set, so decided to use them in the movie. Hence why there's wild dogs in the movie. So I've got in here, are there packs of wild dogs roaming Nova Scotia?
There could be.
Okay then. So in the town's only bar later that night, the guys and girls are relaxing, drinking and playing danger knife game with the knife in the hand, the alien sort of thing, or aliens rather. Now, that was so bad that when I was in high school, that was banned, and if you were caught doing it, you were tossed out for 2 weeks and told, don't do it again, sort of stuff. So it's like,
wow.
I mean, people were knucking their knuckles and their fingers and such, and I was like, bloody hell. So yeah. That stupid old game where you take the and you go sort of thing. Yeah, that was banned in my high school. So
it's crazy that it was content that they had to ban it.
Oh yes, people were stabbing their knuckles, stabbing their fingertips, stabbing various other parts of their hands. I'm like, okay then. Using compasses and using pencils and pens and knives and God knows what. I'm like, okay, this is getting dangerous now. It's fun with pencils and such and pens, but when it comes to compasses and knives, nope. I mean, so yeah, just call me a wimp, but no, I'm not using a knife to do the stupid thing. So no. So then we meet this movie's crazy Ralph. As the bar owner, he is called Happy, played by Jack Von Evera. He warns the town that Harry Warren isn't happy that the town's going to throw a St Valentine's dance, but no one listens to the crazy old guys. He barks out rhyme after rhyme after rhyme. I'm like, enough with the rhymes already. So he talks in rhymes for reasons. He then gives the backstory of the Hanniger mine and Harry Warden from 20 years earlier. It seems as the whole town partied. Two drunk supervisors left 5 minutes early and left 5 miners down in the mine as it explodes and trapped the 5 miners because they were too drunk to care about their work. They wanted to go to the Valentine's party because that's how big this party is. It's like, okay then. It's weeks later and Harry is found alive, insane, and eating the body parts of the 4 other men. He's then carted off to a mental ward, and the flashback ends. Then it says later on that he escaped a year later and killed both the supervisors, cut out their hearts, placed them in chocolate boxes, left a note saying, "No more parties or else." He then stalks the town every single Valentine's Day for 20 years. I'm going, what, the cops can't pick him up? I mean, that's ridiculous, frankly. I mean, dear.
Yeah. That's it's such a weird. It's such a weird. I don't know. Premise for wanting to be a serial killer is no more parties. That feels a little.
Yeah.
The ultimate party pooper.
Also, I love the fact how they concentrate on the fact that he doesn't want this Valentine's party, but nothing about the cannibalism or the murder he's done. You just talk about, oh my god, he's leaving notes around the place. Yeah, he's a cannibalistic murderer. So nothing about that. Okay then, moving on. I mean, I've got to say, but this police, the police force in this town is ridiculous. There's what, about 4 cops and 1 sheriff. I mean, so maybe they don't have the manpower to protect the mine, so to speak. I mean, so
that's pretty typical. In smaller towns here, they may not even have a police presence.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, the town I live in, it's a small town. There's, I think it's less than 10,000 people. We have they call it an RCMP detachment, which is like a police kind of like satellite area, which maybe has a couple of police officers there at any given time. But yeah, it's definitely nothing like you would see in bigger cities or places like the UK.
Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Like I says, this sort of bugged me. I had to pause the movie and go, seriously, he's stalking the town for 20 years, or so this old Crazy Ralph guy says. And the cops don't pick him up one random, I don't know, 12th of February or 13th of February and go, okay, you're now going back to your mental institute. They just let him roam the town for the 3 days before Valentine's Day. It's like, oh, piss off. I mean, that premise is just goddamn ridiculous. I mean,
yeah.
Oh my god. It's just, maybe this is why the sequel didn't this premise is ridiculous. The total ineptitude of this town that can't catch one guy. So, or maybe when writing it, they went, "This is ridiculous. Let's just not mention that ever again," because they do not mention it again. It's like, so is Crazy Ralph character? Is he just insane, spewing all this crap out, or is this what happens? So, but anyway, later that night, the sheriff and the mayor want to hush up the death of the blonde. However, the sheriff isn't pleased because he's on the phone with the mental institute and they have lost Harry Warden's files, as you do. I mean, that's just ridiculous, frankly. It's like, how can you lose files? The guy was there less than 20 years ago and you can't find his files. I mean, the administration goes, oh, it was a microfiche, but I'm not doing it because it'll take weeks to get it. You're doing your job, love. I mean, Jesus. Oh my God.
She might have been my favorite character.
She should be fired.
She definitely has my aptitude of being at work. Yeah.
I'll get done when I get it done, so piss off. I just love She just goes, maybe he's dead, so who cares? So the MD walks in out of nowhere and goes, this is a heart from a 30-year-old woman. Harry Warren's back. I'm going, that's very specific. I mean,
can you tell that from
narrow it down?
A one body part? Like, this is definitely from a 30-year-old woman.
I have no idea. I mean, but yeah, I just love that he goes, oh my God, Harry Warden's back. Dun dun dee. I mean, it's like, so cut to the miner stalking Mabel. And this scene is very Halloween, with the point of view shot and the deep breathing from the mask. And I'm going, Halloween, is that you? He leaves a heart-shaped chocolate box with the note saying, roses are red, violets are blue. One is dead and so is you. Okay then. I've got down here, there's 2 flowers mentioned, not just the one, so moving on. Um, the miner then comes out of the shadows and kills her and sticks the old deer in a wash machine on boil wash, which I love. By the way, it's like because in the uncut version, you actually see he gets to her, he like impales her with the axe and rips out her heart and then throws her in a machine and turns it on full, and it's like, okay then, I can see why that one's cut. So, I love the fact how it goes from this stalking murder scene to very homoerotic stuff, as we have in a junkyard, middle of nowhere junkyard, Hollis Howard and Mike, I think it is, because this movie is one of my pet peeves. They don't name the characters. They name like the first five and forget the rest of the cast. I'm like, if they have speaking scenes and they have larger roles, not just an extra, then name the fucking characters. That drives me insane. I mean, I think this guy is Mike, played by Tom Cavers. They're all smoking joints, heating up TV dinners on a car engine. The fuck? How do you heat? I mean, I'm sitting there scratching my head. Like, the car isn't even running. I love the car's not even running. They're just sitting there poking the TV dinners with the pockets. I'm going, what is happening here? They're all playing with their meat, and I'm going, this is very homoerotic. I'm going, I mean, as TJ stalks them, he walks around the sort of exterior of the junkyard. I'm going, so they're doing the whole stalking thing. Axel is then blowing his organ, his harpsichord mouth organ, and TJ hands him a bottle of Jack Daniels, but it morphs into an unbranded bottle. Like, wait a minute, here you can clearly see that's Jack Daniels, but on the other side of the shot, it's a unbranded bottle of.
I didn't even notice that.
Okay. Yeah, it changes from Jack Daniels to like.
Because I saw Jack Daniels
whiskey bottle.
Yeah.
And then morphs in a wine shot to like an unbranded bottle of whiskey or bourbon. I'm like, you cheap sons of a bitches, you can afford to buy. I just love the fact how TG and Axel have how do you call it, a blow-off with the competing mouth organs. And I'm going, yeah, this is very sucks. As the two are sitting there blowing their organs, I'm going, yeah, this is very sus. I mean, you're not following the movie. These guys had a quick soap down a few times, I think. I mean, so Axel tells TJ straight, Sarah's with him now, and feck off. TJ wants to fight, but Axel just walks off, as you do. So the next morning, it's Friday the 13th. Shock. The sheriff is still chasing after Harry Warden's files from the mental institute, but it seems they missed him, as Admin doesn't give a fuck. She says he's either escaped, been transferred, or died. Pick one. I just love that. She's like, I don't care. Where's me cigarettes? I don't give a shit, you know. I just love that one. Oh my god. So, meanwhile, outside, Sarah and Patty head to the supermarket, where Patty goes on about how does Sarah want TG or Axel, and Sarah goes, I don't know, because Axel's not talking to me right, but TG was a better lover, but then he left me and fucked off to West Canada, and I don't know, maybe I should line the two of them up and measure their dicks, the bigger dicks. That's not. I'm going, pick one, love. I mean, oh my god. And I love the fact how Paddy goes, oh, I've got this wrist, it's not up to here, and it's up to here. I'm going to get out the mine alive. I'm going, foreshadowing? So, across town, Sheriff visits Mabel's laundrette, and here he finds her extra toasted in a real spin. And I love the fact, as soon as he enters the laundrette, he sniffs his pipe, he goes, what is that smell? Could you imagine that burnt flesh with her cardigan's made of polyester? I mean, and the hairspray and the
It would be
Oh
very
my God.
distinctive. Like,
So
I feel like the second you walk in, you would smell that.
yeah, yeah, you're like, okay then. As he pokes around the place, he finds her body in the washing machine, and it just collapses out of the washing machine. But as it says in the uncut version, it spins around hilariously for about 5 spins, and I couldn't stop laughing. I saw it on YouTube this morning. I was
Oh.
howling with laughter. It is just ridiculous. This rubber body going round and round. It's hilarious. So, oh my God. It's supposed to be terrifying and scary. It just looks cheap and rubbery, and it's hilarious, apparently. But yeah. So, in the mines, Axel's throwing his weight around, which pisses off TJ and cue a fist fight, which is quickly broken up by the others because they don't want to have a fight down here because this section's not safe and yada yada yada. And I was going, okay then. I mean, why would you want to fight in such a confined area anyway?
Yeah, it's a very small space.
Yeah. I mean, I was going, you could maybe throw one punch and then end up rolling around the ground and then knock one of the support beams and then you're fucked. I mean,
Yeah.
so yeah. So the sheriff, and he's trying to cover up Mabel's death, saying she died of a heart attack and nothing else, and telling his boys to take the ambulance around the back because they don't want to have a scandal. I'm going, it's a small town, they're going to know about it in about 4 seconds. So
Yeah.
I'll just let her out the front sort of thing. I love the fact how he finds a note in Mabel's chest cavity because there's no heart. And it reads, it happened once, it happened twice, cancel the dance or it'll happen thrice. Shakespeare, this guy ain't. I mean,
They should have hired a professional to write this poetry, I think.
Yeah. I mean, God. So with that, Mare dance, much annoyance of all the teens, and in quotes, teens, of the town. I'm going, really, this town is that desperate entertainment. They're panicking for not having one stupid dance on one day. I mean, why not just have a Friday the 13th dance, for Christ? So back in the mine, Axel now wants to fight TJ, but he nopes out and speeds off to get Sarah from her job at the supermarket. He then takes her to a cliff top to explain where he went and also why he wants her back. The two have a kiss. I've got down here, what the fuck, 1 minute she's with Axel, next minute she goes, oh, give me a kiss, and it's a will they, won't they sort of thing. Who's she going to pick? The pretty boy blonde or the broody brunette sort of thing? It's like... so, I mean, my God. I love the fact how he goes, do you remember this spot? This is our spot, and it's just some random cliff top, and it's wind's blowing over a shot, and a hair's going over it. I'm going, oh yeah, this is real romantic. This is. I mean, it's like, Jesus, what? So later that night, Sarah is walking home, and she's getting stalked. I've got in here, it can't be TJ or Axel because they're at the bar, sort of facing off of each other and sort of standing their ground and sort of trying to, I don't know, bust her up, sort of thing. So who is stalking Sarah?
Good question.
She bumps into the sheriff. I've got in here red herring because there's no chance in hell that sheriff had the power and the strength to do what he did to the other bodies, including in the future also. So it's a red herring. She heads home. Meanwhile, in the bar, the guy girls plan to have the dance down the mine, which pisses off the bartender. And I've got to say here, this bartender, oh my God, he plans to play a prank on him by having a dummy dressed as Harry with a pickaxe, and that's going to scare them. I've got down here, really? He thinks that stupid little woo thing is going to scare. I love the fact that he thinks it's hilarious. He does it like 3 or 4 times. He's it's like the funniest thing ever. And I'm going, really, make out more. I mean, oh my god. So too bad the real miner shows up and gives Happy a eye-popping experience as he sticks the pickaxe through his jaw and up his eye socket and rips it out. So that was cut from the that's the uncut scenes basically. He then drags off the body and the body disappears. I'm like, where does his body go? So
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, do we ever, other than Mabel, do we ever see any of the other bodies up until that point?
Nope, I think that's it, because the blonde disappears completely. His body disappears completely. Howard is seen hung in the mine shaft. So I'm not sure where his body went to, but anyway. So next morning, it's Saturday the 14th. There's an idea. Saturday the 14th. You ever heard of Saturday the 14th? That's a no then. You ever heard of Saturday the 14th?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. There's a weird delay.
Yes, I think there's a 30-40 second delay. So, let's see. Yes, Saturday the 14th. Have you ever heard of Saturday the 14th?
No.
No, it's a awful early 80s movie about, I think it's Dracula trying to find the Book of the Dead to rise his minions, and it's awful. But I might cover it for this podcast because it's just ridiculously awful. So, yay. The streets are empty. I love the fact how the entire town. Yeah, it's like, what the feck? And it gets, I'm going to spoil it, but it gets utterly ridiculous. There's a scene where a girl is in a bathtub and there's like a little Jaws spoof bit where the sort of, fin pops out, and it turns out to be a sort of sea monster creature. I'm like, oh Jesus, this is. But yeah, this movie has to be seen once in your life because it's so bad. It's genius. And also, like I says, so the streets are now empty, so the entire town has went. Nothing else is happening this Saturday. Nobody needs food. Nobody needs anything done. The entire town is empty, and that's it. So,
is it implied that they're all at this party?
Well, the party isn't set up yet, so it's early in the morning, I'm guessing, and it's lots up in the afternoon as the sheriff's like wandering the place, and there's one lonely Valentine's decoration floating around in the wind. I'm like, oh dear, a little sad heart with the little tassel stuck to it. It's like, oh, it's like, oh dear God, it's so cheap. So later at night at the mine, the guys and girls set up the party, and I've got down here. So you try to say to me there was another place for a party all along, and you're bummed out with the little dinky town hall, which would probably hold about 50 people, and you've got about 100 and God knows how many people in this gigantic. What would I thought that thing was at the mine? I'm like, what the hell is this thing? It's massive. Have the party there. I mean, Jesus. Meanwhile, at the police station, the sheriff is given another box of chocolates with Maple's heart in it. Bless her pea-picking heart. Yeah. But back to the party time as the guys set it up. And in the kitchen, the miner shows Dave he isn't a hot dog, but more of a wiener as he sticks his head in a boiling pot of hot dog sausages. There's a double pun for you. I love that scene, by the way. He just grabs his head and dunks it in the water and then takes it out. And in the uncut version, he's dunked about 4 times and you see his skin peeling off and that stuff. It's like, kind of gross. I can see why that was cut.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, because that one was cut. Again, did they take notes from Halloween 2? Because that's the exact same kill as in Halloween 2. I mean, as Michael kills the slutty nurse in the hot tub sort of thing. So it's the same kill. But anyway, back to the sheriff's office. He hears wild dogs fighting outside and checks it out. And it's another heart-shaped candy box. It has a note in it saying, "You didn't stop the party." So the guys run out of creative puns then, or creative rhymes. Said, "Just you didn't stop the party." That was it. I mean, and I love the fact how there's about 4 wild dogs eating this heart, and they're like, so I'm like, wow, these dogs are vicious. I mean, I can see why the production team had a time getting off the set sort of scenario. So, I mean, that dog was particularly vicious. So it's back to the party. It's in full swing, and the beer is flowing, the party games are played, etc., etc. Axel, now drunk, trying to pressure Sarah into sex. She says no, and TJ stands up for her. And with that, Axel, he tells Axel he wants her back, and she wants him back. And cue another fist fight by Hollis. And I'm going, let these guys fight, get it out of their system. Maybe hand them a bottle of baby oil and maybe a ring, and get it out of their system sort of scenario. I think this is what you're talking about, where TJ gets his shirt rip opened and he doesn't button it. It just leaves it open. I'm like, really? Mate, I know this is the 80s, but you're going to have it wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, dear. So Axel storms off, and TJ tries to rekindle with Sarah, but she's having none of it. She says she doesn't want either of them because they're mature. I'm like, you go, girl. So with that, Howard does a stupid trick, snorting beer through a straw. I'm like, who the hell snorts beer? That's his party trick, and I'm going, that's hilarious. It gets all to be partying again. I'm going, you can tell it's the 80s, you can tell it's a small town. Now, this bit annoyed me because I couldn't find this girl's name or the guy's name. It took me 5 minutes of rewinding back and forth and rewinding back and fast forward to figure out these people's names. So in the changing room where all the coveralls are hung, Sylvia is about to have sex with John, but she sends him off to get beers, as you do. Well, she gets stopped around the shower room, and here is where she's stuck on a water pipe and becomes a shower head. So, how's her head? Soapy. Oh, that joke's terrible. Oh dear. And I'm down here. My 3 golden rules of horror. Number 1, no good slasher is worth its salt if it doesn't have a shower scene. Number 2, never trust old people or kids. And number 3, if it's too good to be true, get out. So there we have that one. Meanwhile, and this is another thing that annoyed me, try to find this other girl's name. Meanwhile, back in the kitchen, Harriet, I think it is, and Paddy find Dave's boiled heart in the hot dog pot, but thinks it's one of Howard's little practical jokes and laughs it off. Then continue to eat the hot dogs. Oh, hell no. I mean, that is just gross. I love the fact how John goes into the fridge and doesn't see the body just lying in the fridge. I'm like, are you blind? Dear. So, seriously, but he's lying there in the fridge like, oh, melted face and such. I'm going, you didn't see this guy lying there, and these girls eat the hot dogs that's been floating in that's gross. No, and no. So John returns to the changing rooms, seeing the showers are on, thinks he's going to get a slippery and wet time. But nope, he sees Sylvia's body hanging on the shower head, and he goes, nope, and runs back to the party. And apparently what was cut was she's hanging there with her neck exposed, and all the blood is gushing from her neck, and all the water's pouring out of her mouth.
Mm.
I was thinking to myself, would the water be pouring out of her neck, not her mouth? But there we have it.
Yeah.
So it's back at the party, and Patty talks Hollis into taking her and a few others down to the mine to continue the party. I'm like, who parties in a mine? Like 900 feet down?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, off goes Hollis, Paddy, Sarah, Howard, Harry, and Mike, I think his name is. Teacher tries to stop him, but Hollis says, he'll be back, straight up, trust me, believe me, all that stuff. I'm going, yeah, you're all going to die down there. So down they go in a little minecart train thingy, and they're wooing and hauling. This is the first thing I've done it. I'm going, don't you work in this mine, so why are you woo and yeah, you know that stuff. So they say
like
they go
people who
down
clap
2,000
the plane
feet.
lands.
Yes, yeah. So that's very true, actually. Yeah. But they say they go down 2,000 feet, and I'm thinking of the breathing kit to go away down that deep.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're running around the mine with nothing. You know, one Hollis has one light, and I'm going, shouldn't we be wearing helmets in case the place caves in? Shouldn't you have more than one source of light? But yeah, I guess it's a cheap budget, so we have to skip back in the lighting. Harriet asked to be shown down in an abandoned mine, as you do. I mean, so Hollis says yes. I was like, nope, take your ass back up that lift shaft and go back to the main party because you're going to die down there. I mean, Jesus. Mike and Harriet sneak off to an old, what was that place? A old storage room, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Where Mike tries to impress her with his big tool. But unfortunately, the miner wants to give them the shaft as he drills into them. There's a double pun. I mean, what was that room? Because it had like benches and equipment and weird stuff hanging around the place. I'm going, what is this room?
Mm. Yeah, it was strange. I couldn't quite make it out.
Yeah. So up top side, the party dies because Dave's body is found in the fridge. Just as John runs in shock and falls through the door of the lunchroom, question mark, saying she's dead over and over again. With that, the party scatters and ends. TG tries to phone the sheriff, but is surprised the phone lines are dead. This is Slasher Movie 101. I mean, hello.
Yeah.
TG too. Yeah. I mean, I was going, obviously the phone line is dead. I mean, hello. Also, it makes me think when Axel was outside having his little history, did he cut the wires then? Because I think he's sitting next to the telephone wires.
Mm-hmm.
TG tells Axel Hollis and the girls are down in a mine, so off they go to try to rescue them. And I was going, okay then. So deep in the mine, Hollis, Howard, Sarah, and Patty are messing around until the miner stalks him, smashing the lights as he does. I was going, okay, it's scarier in the 3D version as in this version. So, meanwhile, back in town, the drunks from the party panic, and the sheriff pulls them over and says, "What happened at the mine?" They tell them, "Oh my God, what's her name? The hell was her name again?" I have no idea what her name was. Is dead. And, oh my God, somebody's missing, and there's a dead body in the fridge. You know, it's not arcade. So the sheriff speaks back to the mine, and I've got down here, call back up immediately. So I've got down here, TJ and Axel have to use an elevator or lift to go down to the bottom of the mine, sort of thing. And he magically finds Hollis and company just like that. And he spews out, Harry Warden's back to, and he's killed Sylvia and killed John, and John Dave, rather, how the guy's name was. with that, they split up because, of course, they do, to find Mike and Harriet. Hollis is next as he finds Mike giving Harriet a deep drilling. Too bad they're dead, with a huge drill bit drilled through their body. And was like, how did he get that drill bit through their body? I mean, he's a human.
Superhuman strength for killers, as we've seen in other movies.
Yeah, that's very true. Upon seeing this, Hollis is nailed by the miner. He's shot several times in the head with a nail gun, so he's stumbling, stunned, and he falls dead at the feet of what the hell's her name? Paddy. She then screams and all that stuff. The girls are all going, oh my god. Howard panics and runs for his life, leaving the girls alone. The miner goes after him, leaving Sarah and Paddy all in the dark with one light. I'm going, yeah, love. So Paddy falls to pieces and Sarah morphs into the final girl. I was like, Karen, that came out of nowhere. She's just like, I'll take control, I'll take Hollis's light, and I'll do this, I'll do this. And I'm going, what does this come from? All of a sudden, what are you, bloody Laurie Strode? I mean, she just morphs instantly into final girl mode. So,
yeah. There was no real lead up to that. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, she just picks up the sort of light and goes, okay, we're going to go here, and do this. I'm going, where did this come from? So, again, Axel shows up out of nowhere and drags the girls to the lift shaft. Paddy is the bane of these last 15 or so minutes, as all she does is scream, panic, and complain. She is completely useless. I mean, that's all she does. She just complains up the ladder. Oh, it's too hard. Oh, I'm too scared. Oh, I'm gonna fall. I was like, fall then and do the movie a favor. So TJ shows up out of nowhere again, only to be nailed by Axel with a wooden support beam. I love the fact he just whacks him in the stomach with it. I'm going, yeah, that would cause internal bleeding. So with that, they head to the lift shaft and have no choice but to go up the emergency ladder and smash the control panels. Shock. The sheriff finally shows up and he finds the lift is busted topside also. So I'm thinking, how did Axel get from the bottom mine all the way up to smash the control panel and go all the way and then smash the control panel? Did he teleport? I mean,
who knows?
Yeah. So down in the shaft, they find out how hung Howard actually is. As his body falls down the lift shaft, hanging on a wire. And before the others have a choice, they've got to climb up the lift shaft. Everyone's going, yeah, this ladder's hard, and Paddy's complaining constantly on the way up, which is driving me insane. Howard's body then beheads itself as it falls down the shaft, splatting all the survivors with blood. So I went, really? With that, they said to go back. Seriously, I'm going, it just falls out over, then it hangs, and it goes, and it just falls to pieces, and all the blood's all splattered everywhere. I'm going, really? So they decide to climb back down instead of continue to climb back up. I mean, sure, you just climb up. But no, they want to go back down to the bait, the mine. Fucking idiots. So Axel leads them to. Oh, sorry.
No, I
Axel
just.
leads them to a.
Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's this stupid thing. Yeah. When we watched that, we thought that was crazy. Like, why would you? Like, why are you going back down? You know that the way out is up. So, what is the rationale?
Yeah. I love the fact how Paddy's hanging onto the ladder, like, oh my god, I can't climb anymore. Help me, Sarah. And she goes behind her and sort of like let her fall. I mean, do do me a favour, let the bitch fall. She's annoying. So, like I said, they go down the ladder and they're now back in the bottom of the mine. Axel takes them to a shortcut back to the main shaft, past a huge pool of water, which, of course, he falls in off screen, naturally. I just love that one.
was
Oh my
so
god, there's a huge pool of water. Yeah. A huge pool of water, 60 feet deep. He's dead. Charming.
Can he not swim?
Yeah, well, I suppose. I love how the helmet just sinks instantly, just disappears into the depths of the water. I'm like, okay then. So with that, TJ drags the girls to the main shaft, where he leaves them for reasons, telling them to hug the wall up the shaft. I mean, who hasn't hugged us? I'm moving on. Of course, off screen, there's a cave in and TJ is trapped. So who's the killer? Could it be Harry Warden, TJ, Axel, the sheriff, or the mayor? Take your bets, folks. I mean, Jesus. Honest to God. So the girls have no choice but to follow the main shaft up topside. The miner comes out of nowhere and just slams his pickaxe deep inside of Paddy's guts, and Sarah runs for it. And I'm sorry, but I was openly applauding when Paddy died because she was working my last nerve, frankly. She just gets it in the guts with the axe, and it's like, yeah, oh no, she's dead. Oh my god. So topside, the cops and rescue teams finally show up as the sheriff greets them, so it's not the sheriff then. Meanwhile, down in the mine, TJ sneaks up behind Sarah, and can she trust him? Yes, she can, because the miner shows up as as TJ tries to get the minecart started. It works, and off they jump in the world's slowest moving escape vehicle. Miner jumps on the last cart, because of course he does, and this most ridiculously slowly, badly choreographed fight scene I've ever seen, where Miner has his pickaxe and TJ has a shovel, and they're barely able to stand on this fucking rickety, wonky minecart thing, and they're swinging the things wildly. I'm like, this is clearly unchoreographed. Oh my god, it's so bad. So the cops are now going down the lift shaft as the train's going up the lift shaft. I've got down here, so it's not the mayor either, because the mayor's in with the cops and the rescue team. It's a race to find the survivors as TJ takes on the miner with a shovel versus his pickaxe. He loses the shovel and jumps off the train for some fucking reason. And then Sarah picks up the shovel and throws it at TJ. Then she jumps off also. I'm like, love, stay on the train. That'll take you to safety. Don't jump off and try to save your boyfriend. I mean, this woman's a... Oh my god. So the fight continues. It's TJ versus the miner in a small side shaft, which of course falls and twists her ankle, because this is an 80s slasher and all women must fall and twist their ankle. That's a given law. I mean, oh my god. It's pickaxe versus shovel round 2 as TJ gets his second wind. The miner swings wildly and pulls down almost all the support beams for this little, whatever it was, air ventilation shaft or some sort of shaft. TJ loses his shovel and almost his life until Sarah throws a chunk of chalk at the miner. I love that. She picks a huge chunk of chalk and just lobs it out on his camera. It's like, you go, girl. I just love that one. It's like, oh god. So with TJ down, Sarah defends against the miner, and she pulls off his mask. It's Axel, to the surprise of nobody. So with a flashback to 20 years. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a flashback to 20 years earlier as young Axel was hiding under the bed as Harry Warden killed his dad. Okay, then. So that somehow makes him go insane, but it took 20 years for his insanity to bubble up to the surface. Uh, mm. TG, I mean, it's like, why would they wait 20 years for the insanity to finally snap and pretend to be Harry Warden? And it's like, what happened to Harry Warden?
Exactly.
I mean, so TG hits Axel into the last standing support beam and it causes a cave in just as the cops show up. The sheriff then tells Harry Warden died 5 years earlier, but where? In the town or in the mental institute? It's just died 5 years earlier. Where? TG and Sarah hug and then walk off hand in hand until the rescue crew head inside the side shaft and find Axel is still alive. So Sarah runs back, only to find him raving mad, armless, running into the dark, screaming, "Harry, I'm coming to you, Harry," and the such. And I'm going, okay then. In the uncut scene, he grabs her arm and they're struggling to get her away from him. He then cuts his own arm off with the knife he had, and then runs off into the darkness, screaming insanely. So, which is a better ending? I mean, I love the fact that he just runs off going, "I'm going to kill everybody in this town. Harry Warden, I'm coming to get you, blah, blah." And I was like, oh my God. So anyway, let us wrap this up. So that was My Bloody Valentine, a paint-by-numbers early 80s slasher with a good gimmick killer. But that's about it. This thing has nothing new or fresh to say. The FDA and AFC gave this movie. By the way, this is quite hard to find. Actually, it took me a while to find this actual DVD. But like it says, the British version is cut to shreds and is a bloody waste of time to watch it because there's no killings on it. So, what do you say to this?
Yeah, I would echo pretty much what you said. The version I watched, I think was the same one. It's cut to pieces. To the point where at the end there, when he loses his arm, he just has no arm all of a sudden. And we're like, well, when did that happen? So, yeah.
Okay, would I recommend this? If you want to watch all the horrors, I say go for it. I mean, but if not, I say the thing. Would I watch it again? No, unless I can find the uncut Blu-ray, which is selling for upwards of £80. I think not. So, would you recommend this, and would you watch it again?
Well, I only watched it again because I needed to for this. Otherwise, no. Thumbs down. Not again. I don't recommend it either.
Yeah, fair enough. So next month is a fan request, Maximum Overdrive. Yay. Now, yes, Alex is nodding. Oh my God. Now, if you want a request, you can follow us on X or Twitter at Midnight Mania Pods or Instagram at Midnight Movie Mania Pods. You can follow myself on Instagram at Here's Johnny 79, and you can follow Alex on Instagram at
Mr._Alexander. That's Alexander with an I and not an E.
Yes. Now, for April, May, and June, I've said to Alex he can pick whatever he wants to do. So this will be interesting.
I do have one in mind for April because it is my birthday month. So I kind of wanted to pick something that I kind of enjoy. You'll just have to wait and see.
Okay then, you tease.
I won't reveal it on the air in case I change my mind.
Yeah, I've done that myself. I actually changed my mind last minute. So, all right, so let's just wrap this up and say a bye. And remember, if somebody tries to drag you down a mine, give them the shaft and say no. Bye.
Bye.